Well, good morning, friends, and welcome back to the garden. I am so happy to see you today. Goodness, I have somebody very special to introduce you to, and I will tell you his story and his name in a minute. I want to first tell you how glad I am to be back with you in the garden having coffee. Let's see, 2 weeks ago I was with Eli at a dog show, and last weekend I was at a conference, a wonderful conference about revival in the church, and it was so uplifting and powerful. And friends, I want to tell you, don't be discouraged or don't give up with all the sadness and tragedy and shaking that we have going on in our world, because God is in the midst and God is moving so powerfully. It's so exciting. So have faith and have hope, because He is the one we place our hope in. Well, this is the newest member of our family. He is a 10-month-old Whippet pup, and my goodness, he is just a joy. And yet I have known this little boy actually all his life. He was born on Christmas Day last year, and his breeder is actually Eli's handler for the dog show. Her name is Nancy. And so last winter, after the litter was born, I used to go and play with this litter, and I knew this little guy. Oh my gosh, I knew him. And he was one of the largest pups, and he's just such a sweetheart. And but he had a hard time finding a forever home. He just had the sweetest temperament. But last spring he was supposed to go to a family in Fort Worth, and he was all set to go. And then, at the very last minute, they decided they wanted a girl dog. So this poor little guy didn't have a home. And then this summer he did go to a home, but it didn't work out because there was no other dog for him to play with, and the family was just really too busy to give him their time. And he was so sad and so lonely, this poor little pup. So, like a good breeder, my friend took him back, determined that she would find the right home. Well, a couple of weeks ago, I knew this little dog, he was lonely, and I thought, why doesn't he come over and have a play date with my Caleb and Eli? So he came over, and these three boys just played and played, and out of the blue, totally unexpectedly, I just looked at his happy little face, and I thought, you know what? I think this could be his forever home. So what we did is we talked and I said, listen, maybe what you should do is let him stay with us for a couple weeks, and let's just give it a try, because actually, 3 dogs is a lot in one household, and I wanted to make sure it would work, and I wanted to make sure that, all 3 dogs got along together. But they did, and they formed this sweet little pack, and they have so much fun playing. And this little guy has a smile on his face all the time, and he's such a loving, and he has such a wonderful temperament. So, so once we decided to keep him, we needed to give this poor baby a name, so we named him Indy. Now, we named him after the Indianapolis Speedway because Guy and I are race fans. My husband and I are race fans, but also because these babies, these Whippets, are born for speed. They just run like the wind, and so it's the perfect name for him. So what I did was I ordered a collar for him, just like the ones that Caleb and Eli wear, and it's this collar, and I don't know if you can see on the back of it, but on the back it has a tag on it, and it's engraved, and it says Indy on the top, then my name underneath his, and my phone number, so that if he gets lost, someone will know who he is and who he belongs to. And I tell you what, when that collar arrived this week, I got such joy clipping this collar around his neck, because it says who he is, and it says whose he is. He belongs to me, and I will love him completely with my whole heart for the rest of his life. And I have called you by name, you are mine. Does that ring a bell? Because that's from Scripture. Isaiah 43, God promises, He says, I have called you by name. You are mine. And He also says, He goes on to say in Isaiah 49, 15 to 17, He says, I have written your name, engraved your name in the palms of my hands. Oh, that's so beautiful. And friends, I hope that when you're going about your week, this next week, I hope that you think about wherever you go, you don't need a collar. Wherever you go, God knows your name, and He knows that you belong to Him, and He will always love you with His whole heart, completely, always. So think about that. I'm so glad to be back with you, and I hope to see you soon. I think I'm going to be here next week. So anyway, thank you for joining me. I love you. God bless you. Have a great week. Take care. Bye.